It's a new day and I'm back out in the garden. It's a little bit more overcast today. We're expecting maybe a little bit of rain in a few hours. I finished putting most of the compost down in the raised beds yesterday. I had enough homemade compost to fill or to top dress an entire bed, 4x4 raised bed, which is really exciting. So that's great. And I just have one more bed left to pull up the remainder of tulips and then clean it out, top dress that with the rest of the compost. Otherwise, I have one bed ready for 3 more dahlias to plant. In total, I have 14 dahlias that I'm planting. I saved one raised bed to plant a few different things because I really don't have that much space right now to add in things like, oh, there's a squirrel. Hold on. He has no idea I'm in here. That was exciting. We had a little friend visit us this morning. So anyway, yesterday I saved a raised bed to plant a whole row of fennel. I really want to grow fennel. I found this Ina Garden fennel and potato soup recipe I made a few weeks ago. It was so delicious that inspired me to grow my own fennel, which I hear is pretty easy to grow, so stay tuned on that. But yes, so I saved one raised bed to plant a row of fennel. What else did I do? I'll show you here in a second. I also yesterday planted some loofah seeds from Park Seeds. So I planted these little loofah guys. I'm hoping, I still have to finish a few of my pine tree arbors because this is a very experimental year, but it's always exciting to try new things. So this is a little loofah seed. So I planted a couple of those. I'm going to try making some soap this year and try to utilize as much as I can for my own garden. So I'm growing lavender, the loofah I think would be cool. Just a few things that I'm hoping I can utilize from my own garden into a product that I can use in my daily life and hopefully share with others too. So that will be very exciting. I have some molds and a few supplies already to make some soap. So that will be, I'm very excited for that. But the name of the game right now is to get the dahlias in and ready, plant some more of my cut flowers seeds. So, here we go. So I did Love in a Mist. I planted some of that yesterday. Some pennycress. These are from Floret flowers. I did a little bit of mignonette. I had started the seedlings. Most of them got crispy. I have one more to put out. So we're going to have a whole slew of different things, and it's going to be a very creative and fun year. So, without further ado, let me show you what I'm working with at the moment. All right. Don't mind the Home Depot bucket. I used that to get my homemade compost into and spread into this bed. It's not as fine as I would like, but that's okay. Okay, let's start over here. I still have a few more seedlings to plant. I did plant some lemon balm up. I hear they get pretty big, so I think it'll be nice in that little pot over there. But I'm excited to use it for teas and whatnot. Oh, it just smells so good. Here's one more, I think mignonette, maybe a couple more that I can plant out. Still have all those sweet peas. And that Thunbergia or black-eyed Susan vine is doing great. So that's good news. We're already starting to see, do you see my vision? I have some tulips too, deadhead. I'm going to let their leaves completely yellow and die back so that they can come back next year. And then look, these are Globemaster alliums. I have 1, 2, and then 3 in this back bed. That's looking lovely. And then this is kind of a disaster, but it's getting there. I still need a leaf blow, but I'm hoping to complete taking out those tulips in that 2x8 raised bed first and take out the chicken wire so I can clean up along that bed. But these are the beds that I have finished. And my friend had donated, how many did she donate? 4 dahlias? Or 5, excuse me. So my friend had already pre-sprouted and donated 5 dahlias for me. We're not sure what colors, so this will be very interesting, but these 3 here, and then these 2. My friend Christina, she has her own YouTube channel, Christina Creatives, and she is the queen of pre-sprouting dahlias. She has, I don't know, gosh, she probably had over 40. I don't know if that's an exaggeration or if that's keeping it very minimal, but she had, I know, at least 30 dahlias that she had pre-sprouted, so. But this one is a cafe au lait that I pre-sprouted inside that is just starting, and then I have another cafe au lait inside and a few other different varieties that I'll be planting in that bed, and then this bed when it's finished. And then this one I saved from a tuber of mine last year. This one, I'm not sure yet which color this one is, which variety, but we'll know once it starts blooming. I did already pinch off the top. You want to do that after 3 sets of leaves. So there's 1, 2, 3, we were at 4. These ones I will be pinching back here soon because they do have their 3rd set of leaves. And pinching back encourages more blooms and a bushier plant, which, especially where I'm selling cut flowers this year, we want as many blooms as possible. Here we go. Here's this raised bed. So there's the pennycress, love and a mist, fennel. I had some sweet pea seeds that sprouted on their own left over from last year, so they were popping up all over this bed, so I just dug them up, replanted them back along the back bed right here, took one of my trellises out back that wouldn't really grow anything back there because the area I had it in was not full sun. So I think it will do great here, along with the sweet peas around the receptacles. Okay, so that bed I'm going to put in another 3 dahlias. I decided on 3 because I think, and in a triangle formation, as you'll see right here, because I'm hoping it will give it enough space for each plant to breathe, so they can get quite big. So 1, 2, 3. I think that's probably the max amount of space where I can plant them. I'm gonna leave these fence posts here. I know they're upside down, but when I put them in, I didn't know that, and you know what? It's working just fine. I don't notice them anymore. And dahlias do require staking, so it's good to get on top of it beforehand. So I've already put in my 3 bamboo stakes for this dahlia in the pot. I'll be getting some more twine here soon and essentially created a little cage for it. And I don't have any stakes in that bed, so I will be probably getting some bamboo stakes for that raised bed as well, just because dahlias have a habit of snapping and we don't want that. Here's a view of the prairie fire crabapple tree in all her glory. It smells absolutely amazing here too. And this crabapple tree is now going in its second year in this spot. Underplanted with a incredible hydrangea, a couple of blue flag irises, which I will be dividing probably this fall from this bunch and putting some more right here. So we just will have a full swoop of those irises. I have a few blue fescue that I need to replace. Sedum, autumn joy, my sage, and these beautiful tulips, along with my freshly planted annuals. So that's all looking lovely. Still have some beautiful tulips in the front raised beds that are doing good. Those lasted longer than the ones in the raised beds. I think that they were slower to bloom though than the ones in the raised beds. But that view just looks so beautiful. I cannot wait until this crabapple tree gets just so giant and fantastic. It will really help to frame this space and provide just a little bit of shade over here. I love this view right here. It's starting to come together. And in these front raised beds, you saw that I finished planting up a bunch of gladiolas. I'm trying to do a succession planting of every 2 to 3 weeks, planting roughly 30 gladiolas for the cut flower stand. In my last vlog, planted up these containers. I find really 2 plants is the max for these because they're not that big of containers, and these are vigorous growers. So we have the Supertunia Vista Jazzberry and Sweet Potato Vine. Is this Sweet Potato Vine Caroline? No, just Sweet Potato Vine. And then over here, same thing, Sweet Potato Vine, but then White Knight Alyssum, which actually smells really nice. I don't have any drip set up anywhere. That will be a future goal. So when I do water, it is overhead, and these do have a habit of losing some of their blooms, so you just have to be a little bit cautious of that, or mindful, I should say. I think our dahlia garden will look really beautiful. And then I did plant some loofah along this side bed. So my vision is to have loofah dangling over my finished pine tree arbor over there, and then some birdhouse gourd over this area, this arbor, and then the black-eyed Susan vine just engulfing that branch and eventually framing that greenhouse. And then the alliums, corn, and sunflowers, I'm hoping, in the back. I still have to plant the sunflowers in the back along with the corn. I just brought out 3 more pre-sprouted dahlias from inside that were under the grow lights. So I have Famosa, Embassy, and then Liquid Desire. So you'll see the little shoots starting there. So these are all going to go into the ground. I've put on some fresh compost and amended the soil. So these are going to go in, get watered in, and that will make 3, 6, 9, 10 dahlias in the garden so far. And then last up is that bed over there that we got to work on. And I am trying to beat some rain at the moment, but that will be very nice because then I won't have to do as much watering today, which is great.